Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We're live in Troy ahead of a planned protest that's scheduled to take place in only minutes.
Gearing up for another night of protests, and the Local 4 defenders take you inside the police tactics used to seemingly stay one step ahead of people coming here to do damage.
But we begin with breaking news. Governor Whitmer lifts Michigan's stay-at-home order, and that's not all.
This coming Monday, restaurants can reopen for indoor and outdoor seating so long as tables can be kept 6 feet from one another.
Off the top here today at 5, the stay-at-home order has been lifted effective immediately, though social distancing and wearing masks in public is not going away.
Here are the broad strokes. The governor says the entire state has reached the improving phase in the fight against COVID-19. That means office work that can't be done remotely will be allowed. And on Thursday, retail can fully reopen and customers won't need appointments. But gyms, hair salons, public pools, and casinos will remain closed.
We want to get to Rod Maloney, who is live in Lansing. He was there as the governor made the announcement a short time ago, and for many it's been such a long time coming, Rod.
Well, Devin, you know, we're going from phase 3, which is flattening, to improving phase 4. And that is very good news for many people who have waited a long time for this day to come. Now, phase 4 means that there have been fewer hospitalizations, cases, and deaths. And so even though there are things you won't still be able to do, the field is broadened dramatically.
Today I signed an executive order moving the entire state of Michigan to phase 4 of the My Safe Start plan. I've also rescinded the Safer at Home order.
It's the news most of Michigans waited to hear for a couple of months now. Effective immediately, groups of 100 or less can gather outdoors if they can maintain strict social distancing. The indoor rules still say 10 or fewer. On Thursday, June 4th, retailers can reopen to customers without an appointment. Previously, they can only take customers with that appointment. Come Monday, June 8th, the following is allowed: outdoor fitness classes, athletic practices, training sessions, and games, although coaches, spectators, and participants not from the same household have to maintain 6-foot distancing at all times. Public pools can now open. In-home services such as house cleaning are now allowed. Also on June 8th, office work not able to be performed at home can resume, although the preference is to still have work from home wherever possible. Drive-in movie theaters can start operating. Libraries, museums, and parks will also be able to open. The governor happy with this next step, but she does warn.
But the data has shown that we're ready to carefully move our state into this next phase. But we owe it to our frontline heroes to make sure we get this right.
Now, a lot of those things like the pools, 50% capacity, a lot of restrictions on everything. And in the meantime, that pile of cans and bottles you've got growing in your garage or your basement, well, it turns out on the 15th, you'll be able to bring those back and get the money out of those. As for your haircut and, you know, like my mullet, well, you're stuck with it for the time being. But we'll be talking about that on Local 4 News at 6. Reporting live in Diamonddale, near Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, we'll talk to you at 6, Rod. Thank you. Well, with the governor's order today allowing restaurants to reopen next week, business owners are now on the clock.
Yeah, let's bring in Mara McDonald now, who's live in St. Clair Shores. Mara, national chains, we would expect a rush to reopen. What about the smaller independent restaurants? What are you hearing?
Well, Devin, we're in the dining room at Paisano's that has been a mainstay in the Shore for 65 years. And if you take a look around, you can see, does it really make sense to open a dining room that is this large at only 50% capacity? The owner says, not likely.
For John Marino, the first few weeks of the pandemic had him thinking this may be the end of the line for his family's longtime business.
Terrible. I thought we were going to be closed permanently.
But after about a month, the carry-out business picked up dramatically, and he can pay his bills with what's going out the door right now. Looking at his compact dining room, he doesn't think opening up next Monday for 50% capacity makes much sense. But like everything restaurants have been doing since the beginning of this, he's going to have to play it by ear and see what happens to the carry-out portion of his business once more dine-in options in the area reopen.
It's like, it's not really worth hiring the dishwashers, having the extra staff on here for half of what I could possibly do, And I understand that, you know, it's not a good idea to have this full throttle because of, you know, we don't know, we're uncertain about the virus still. So I like what's going on right now.
Back here live, he says he's going to assess as the weeks go on and see exactly what happens to the carry-out orders, and then try and determine whether it does make any sense to open up this dining room, even if it is at 50% capacity. We're live in St. Clair Shores. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Mara, thank you. Now to some breaking news happening in Troy, where a planned protest in front of Somerset Collection was set to start here at the top of the hour.
Victor Williams there live now with what's happening at this hour. Victor.
Yeah, Devin, Kimberly, we're waiting for all those protesters to get here, and we're not the only one. Police officers are also here on hand, but take a look at this. If you guys take a look over there, you'll see the cement barriers. That's for them bringing that in because they don't want any type of problem to happen here at Somerset Mall that has been closed for the day. Now we're going to toss to some video. This is video that is captured of them actually boarding up a lot of the mall because they don't want to have any type of issues with any type of vandalism or anything of that nature that a lot of different places have been dealing with as a result of some of these protests going on. But once again, police are ready. We've seen a large police presence here, lots of them in paddy wagons. They just want, I guess, it to be known that they are here just in case anything does, of course, get crazy. But we're going to be here for 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock as well, and we'll give you guys any type of update on what things will be looking like then. Reporting live in Troy, Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor. Also breaking, an independent autopsy into the death of George Floyd found that he did indeed die of asphyxiation from sustained pressure. That may not seem like news to you, but an attorney for George Floyd's family said that Floyd was, quote, dead at the scene, and that contradicts the Hennepin County Medical Examiner's results. The examiner found no physical findings to support the diagnosis of traumatic asphyxia. George Floyd was killed 1 week ago. The white Minneapolis police officer who pressed his knee into George Floyd's neck was arrested Friday and charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter. Tonight, the Local 4 defenders getting an inside look at the police tactics being used to keep Detroit from seeing the destruction that we have seen in so many other cities.
And we want to bring in Defender Sean Lay live tonight. Sean, this goes well beyond a curfew, which goes into effect again tonight at 8 o'clock, by the way.
That's right, and the mayor is saying tonight that the curfew played a big role in limiting property damage and chaos last night. But look, the Local 4 defenders right now, we are learning that the feds, some federal agencies, are able to track some cell phone data, use a helicopter, and relay information down to officers on the ground who can then get ahead of any small groups that are trying to get into the city to cause chaos. What's happening right now, look behind me, a group of protesters gathering here this afternoon, and then this over here, barricades set up right in front of the police department. Local 4 Defender cameras downtown today watching the Nike store along Woodward Avenue get boarded up. Not because it was broken into during 3 nights of protests, but a preemptive measure because the city knows nights of unrest are not over. But for the most part, in Detroit, we have not seen the level of violence or property damage many other cities are smoldering from right now. Here's what we know is going right so far in Detroit. Detroit police and the FBI teaming up to identify groups who came to town to incite violence against police and against the city.
These were being propelled, small bricks or boulders, fireworks. That was the response we got from the criminals present.
As other cities burned and police departments around the country in some areas stood down, Detroit ramped things up by implementing an 8 o'clock curfew. It was obvious that when the sun went down, true protesters in Detroit were going home, and outside instigators took to the streets.
Tracking what they were doing. We knew they were coming, and we were ready for the confrontation at police headquarters.
But America is still America. Every city don't have this. Every city don't have a Duggan or a Craig.
Back here live while as protesters gather. Another reason why we're seeing limited property damage. You heard the Reverend Wendell Anthony right there talking about having Mayor Duggan, having Police Chief Craig, talking about essentially what we heard from pastors over the weekend, bridges built between this police department and Detroiters. We're also hearing from Detroiters saying they don't want outsiders coming here to make Detroit look bad and to do property damage. Also at 6 o'clock, I'm going to tell you about an intense now FBI and Detroit police investigation focused on one small group that has come to town here intent on doing property damage, chaos, even attacking police officers. That's live at 6 o'clock. We're live downtown tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
Okay, Sean, we'll see you on the news at 6. Well,
And we are off and running on this Monday. Here's Ben.
Hi guys, beautiful afternoon, but as the sun starts to fade, the storm chances are going to be ramping up over the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll look at who's getting what coming up.
After being closed for months, Secretary of State branch offices now open across the state of Michigan, but there are some big changes inside and things you need to be aware of before you make your way into a branch office. I'm Hank Winchester. I'll have that story tonight.
President Trump facing criticism over his response to nationwide protests. I'm Alice Barr in Washington. Coming up, what the president said to governors in a video conference today that is sparking fresh controversy.